Hi, everybody. Grady Polson. Welcome to the America Agency. All right. July 23rd, 2026. B. Russo. Is that Italian? Russo? It's like I got Polson. You got Russo. That's a better name. What's up, everybody? Grady Polson here. Super excited for today's call. Without question, my favorite carrier today. No, my favorite carrier is National Life Group. I absolutely love them. The team, the leadership, Devin, now Brittany, they're just hiring people and bringing people on to continue to support our business. Our agency did nearly 4 million issue paid last month, June 2026, with NLG. So super excited to bring on their leadership and to give you guys an exposure to insight, why NLG is a carrier you want to spend more time with, why you want to put your clients with a carrier of this pedigree. And so super excited for you to get some time to meet Brittany. I've had a good fortune of sharing some planning sessions, and she's been on some calls with Andrew, and she's spoken to our leadership team, and just an all-around top tier partner that we have. And so excited for you guys to spend some time. As I always like to talk about partying, a party is more fun with more people. So if you can go ahead, grab the link above, join America Live, or we're also live concurrently right now on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. All those places we're live right now, streaming this live, right? I'm not here to pat myself on the back, but I believe we're the only live call in insurance right now. Everyone likes to chop and edit and screw and do all the things where they need to do in order to, be picture perfect. And I just go right off the cuff, and Jade and HR have a conversation with me once a quarter, and I clean it up and we move on. I'm just kidding. But but I love going live because you never know what's going to happen. But at the same time, you guys get to experience something right here with me if you've got questions. And what's important about that is Brittany is 14 years with NLG. There's nothing she doesn't know at this point. And so to be able to have her here, we'll do a Q&A towards the back half of her call and get some questions answered, get some insight further from the top people over there at this great company. Looking forward to it. So group chats, WhatsApps, Telegrams, group me's, Discord, Slacks, all the places where you congregate with other people. Let them know that Brittany Russo is coming on here in just a few minutes to talk about NLG, and you can ask your questions, you can learn more, and this is where you get better. So if you're a new agent out there, right, and you're like, well, how do these guys know so much about insurance? You know what? I'm struggling. You know what? I'm frustrated. Well, this is how you get better, right? When you sacrifice time from the things that you want to do and do the things you need to do, which is grow, magic happens, right? Everyone wants to complain, but no one wants to take action. That's why I'm on here. That's why there's so many top people, top producers come on these calls and watch them on YouTube so that they can get better and then have higher level conversations with their clients, right? When you know about the industry and you know about the way the products work and you learn a little bit about actuarial science and the way IULs work and the things that you can then have conversations with high level clients, it puts you in a position that's different than the other random Joe Schmo that's just dialing for dollars when you're trying to take your leads and create them and have them become actual clients. So super excited for Brittany. Join americalive.com, share that link out, get your team on here with you, and let's get better together. A couple updates and we'll have you on here shortly. Thank you, Integrity Connect Leads. You have access to that through the Integrity Connect Lead Center. They change names like the weather, but it was the ILC Integrity Lead Center. Before that, it was Leads. Regardless, in Integrity Connect Leads right now starting tomorrow, 50% discount on Silver Life Leads. Use code SWIM26. Love Integrity and their consistent desire to invest in us and create the best infrastructure that we possibly can, where we can then go out there and protect clients. This is not the life insurance sales model of the past with debit and credit system where you got to go out there and collect checks like your grandpa when he tells you about how he used to sell life insurance, having to door knock and pick up checks on a monthly basis. We're in a whole new category. And that's why our company is taking this industry by storm, because we do it better, faster, and simpler. So thank you, Integrity. 50% off, coupon code SWIM26. Also coupon code on IUL leads starting, I can't read it, I am getting old. Tomorrow, also 24th. Also, okay, let's right here. Here we go. Beach 26 on silver and bronze IUL leads, 50% off. Holy cow. So I believe silvers are 30 to 90 days and bronze are 91 to 180 days. They're people that at some point fill out a request to learn more about IULs and they have not been sold and protected yet. As soon as they are and they're marked sold in the Integrity Connect Lead Center, they are taken out. We're not reselling sold leads. So you've got great access to high quality leads that have been vetted. They're scrubbed against the DNC list and put in a position for put in a position so that you can get it. All right, this person just asked for the code. Scoop back one thing. I think it was Swim26. Thank you for asking, Brant D. All right, moving on. Our health plan, you've seen a lot of positive posts around it, seeing a lot of traction around it. There was a great message from an agent just yesterday. Let me read this in a group I'm in. It said from Jonna B, had an agent message me wanting to switch IMOs because we offer health insurance. And so something that's never been done before, something that has never existed in, at least in the 9-10 years that I've been involved in insurance, is the ability for independent agents to get a group style coverage and to get that discount that you traditionally can find by working at a company or a corporation where they have group coverage. And so integrity.com/health plan. If you're an active FFL agent with an NPN, you have access to it. Go check it out. You can price out yourself, a few little questions to get involved, accessible there at integrity.com/health plan or through Integrity Connect. Click the link and you'll be taken right in, and you can learn all about the Integrity Health Plan that you have access to yourself as an independent agent here with us. Something that doesn't exist and something that separates us in the marketing landscape, the ability to have coverage and have it heavily subsidized by our parent company. So thank you to Integrity for continuing to invest into us. Dominican Republic, everyone just got back last week, I believe, from Puerto Rico. Wonderful trip, absolutely incredible experience. Now our next trip that you have access to as well is the Dominican Republic. 300,000 or more issue paid from June 1st till April 30th, the end of April. They put May 1st on there, which confuses my brain. I wish they did it in April because it's not like you can issue anything on. Maybe you could. I mean, I guess future draft dates, regardless. But you've got plenty of time to go for it. I know agents that are already pushing and striving. It's just part of your compensation, right? At Family First Life, you got incredibly high comp. You've got carrier bonuses. You've got carrier trips. You also have FFL agency and producer bonuses, and you also have FFL trips. And so I don't know, when I was a young man out there in the business world, I never saw this opportunity existing, right? It's usually you work hard, you save up money, you plot and scheme, and if you do well, you get a raise. Now in this world, it's how many seeds do you want to plant? How much water do you want to put on those seeds, and how much time do you want to spend trying to harvest what your crop? And in this world, with the incredibly high compensation we offer and all the bonuses and trips, this is just another part of your compensation plan. Choose to take advantage of it or not. Maybe you're like, I don't want to go to the Dominican Republic, Grady. I want to go to Alaska. Well, great. If you qualified for this trip, you made plenty of money, you can take yourself to Alaska. But this time we're going to the Dominican Republic. So thank you to corporate. Thank you to Sean for continuing to reinvest into us. Thank you to our carrier partners that continue to help fund and help subsidize these incredible trips. So look alive for this as we continue to start to get leaderboards out here in the next coming months. Ignite coming up in 48 days. Currently working with corporate right now. Nearly 200 speakers will come across stage sharing their absolute best tips, tactics, word tracks, recruiting models, funnels, things that are working for them to sell insurance at the highest level and recruit at the absolute highest level. Expecting 5,000 people at this event. The night before the event on Wednesday, September 9th, we have a meet and greet with our carrier partners from 5 to 7. Also a little charity ping pong event, which we'll talk more about as we get closer to the event. But don't miss, we're going to have, activities. There'll be games. We kind of make it real fun, pull people together. Concessions will be open. Get yourself registered because it will start at 9 o'clock on the dot. In fact, Sean will probably be out on stage at 8:45, September 10th, giving away nearly $100,000 in leads. So make sure you're there, get yourself registered, get in the room as early as you can. I believe doors open at 8 on September 10th, but we have from 9 to 5, our general session, but then from 6 to 9 that night on Thursday, we have a Latino event, which is hosted by our two fastest growing Latino teams from Luis Cabrera and Digna De Leon Morris. So super excited for them to come together, work together, and host the top Latino event this side of the Mississippi. But as well as in the general session, we are going to have headsets. So for our Spanish only speaking agents that would like to learn what the English speaking group is doing, we will have headsets with live translation. So the Spanish speakers can put on headsets and hear live translation of the speakers as it comes across stage. So we're continuing to invest into you guys. This will be nearly a 7-figure investment on corporate's standpoint. Appreciate our carrier partners. And Natasha, what are we charging for people to go to Ignite? $0. Just you and the desire to get better. So get there. Drop me a 0, or you can write it out if you want bonus points in the chat below to be excited about what we've got going on here, that it costs $0. We're going to spend nearly $1 million to host a 1-day, 1.5 day training for your benefit, for your agency's benefit, and for your agents. There we go. Brant, first one down. There's my guy, Brant. Thank you, brother. One guy participating. I would just give Brant's about to win some leads. Right here we go. We're calling the group. There we go. We got James. 2 people are participating. Wes Rains, put a 0. Thank you. We got 3 people. Tough crowd out there today. Everyone driving? Is everyone asleep? I think you need to log in. Matt, put a Z. All right, moving on. This was fun. Okay. Keep rolling. Final updates, and we'll get Brittany on here. Our opportunity video. Incredibly proud of the team Natasha and Jackson did to put this together. If you have watched it, will you drop a 1 or a Y in the chat below to tell me, if you have seen this opportunity video? Many years ago, Trey started this to create our Rogue IMO presentations. That's what we often called ourselves, was the Rogue IMO, because we do things differently. Trey Honeycutt did an incredible job. My other partner, Stephen Yee, did an incredible job. And it was well overdue time to film a new one. So we worked at length to tell our story in nearly 40 pages of slides. And I couldn't be prouder of what we put together to tell our story and what our opportunity holds for someone that's looking for it. It is live now on YouTube. Incredible stats. Since we launched it last week, we have gotten, let me refresh. 120 people just watched it. We have over 9,000 views since it was published. Blown away and humbled by, people seeing it, but also people sharing it and hoping that you will do so. I mean, that's the main goal, is to share it and get it out there and let people see what we do. And the whole video's goal is to point them back to you so that you can answer their questions. I do my absolute best to educate them about the opportunity, the industry, what's possible, what we do here, all the benefits and perks. But then at the same time, we put it back in your hands to get them into class and get them started. So thank you to the team, but thank you to you guys for over 9,000 views inside of a week. Wow. But let's just keep going. Share the opportunity. Grow your business, change people's lives, and it's live now on YouTube on our channel. You'll find it out there. You can search "Family First Life Overview." I believe it should be the one with 9,000 views. So, all right, how are we doing? All right, there we go. Sean Mike, our fearless CEO, just came out with his 2nd book. I am in chapter 3 right now, and I'm going to say this with as humbly as I can, I can't put it down. It is very, very good. If you've had the good fortune of spending some time with Sean, you would know how great of a communicator he is, how incredible of a storyteller he is, and also how driven he is. And it's often difficult for him to slow down. It's difficult for him to, put together, that's not difficult for him to do anything. It's difficult probably for him to put all of it together into one concise thing. But and 3 chapters in, it's like I get to see a side of a man who I've looked up to and respected for nearly a decade. But at the same time, now get to hear, it's like, who is that guy? The rest of the story with so-and-so, who knows? Put that in the chat below if you remember that. It was on NPR, the rest of the story. It was I used to listen to it with my grandpa growing up. But it's fascinating. And the book is excellent. The points are excellent. The stories, the detail, it is not just like a militant, wake up and cold plunge and eat kale book. It is a very entertaining, but also educational book. And so I highly encourage you to go. It's on Amazon right now. I'm sure it's at Barnes and Noble. It's going to be in Manhattan, and I'm beyond proud of him. Get yourself a copy and enjoy it. Right? It's on all the major book places, and I don't know. I didn't expect it to be as good as it is. And I need to go back and read it, but I have too many children that keep me from my passive hobbies. And I'm dealing with my active children. But long story short, wonderful book. Pick up a copy. Maybe we'll start doing some contests for it too. Maybe we'll send some copies out. Maybe I'll send it to you on Amazon. I don't need Natasha having to deal with the post office. That's the cool thing about, clicking and buying. It's a magical world. Moving on. But yes, get Sean's book. It's fantastic. That's it. I thought we had issue paid and oh, there we go. All right. Oh, so yeah, numbers came out for June, and I got to pick my job off the floor now. Every month, how do I say it now? It's like never a dull moment. Nothing surprises me anymore because of the level of progression that we continue to do. The wedge we're driving in the market it'll start forming around us and what we do. And humbly said, we are leading not just, our carrier partners, we're leading the industry on production and the evolution of what we are able to do here. So our agency, the Family First Life America, the America Agency, issue paid $37,903,164 throughout 3,000. I'm having trouble even saying these words. 3,301 total agents. Guys, this isn't all me in any way, shape, or form. I will never take complete credit. I have incredible partners from Nina and Hayden to Digna and Marissa to Colton and Derek and Caitlin. And I got to stop saying John, and I got to stop saying names because I love everybody. Ryan and Morgan and Christo and Edmund. Oh my God, what a blessing he's been to us. But to see this number to continue to go and to see people finding opportunity, whether you're starting to utilize our new video or you're just out there sharing your success, to see people come in here and look at Julius up there. We had him on last week and look at him, 125,000 issue paid in a month. Guys, like it's an incredible opportunity, right? And so I hope you see it for what it is. I hope you don't get discouraged. I hope that you believe in yourself much bigger because this opportunity what it could do for you if you choose to lean into it, if you choose to give up your excuses, if you choose just to break the bad habits, if you choose to believe much bigger, much sooner, and allow yourself to have something that you've always truly wanted. Like, you want to become an architect or a chef or make a beautiful garden. Great. Pursue your hobbies and habits, but let life insurance and the ability to procure warm buyer leads and protect them with our incredible insurance carriers like NLG to feed your financial goals, because it is noble work we do. And to sit here before you to say that when we're doing 3 million a month 4 or 5 years ago, that I ever foresaw us doing 37 million a month, I would say you're living in fantasy land. But now we sit here with $37,903,164 issue paid in June 2026. And I can see a day where our agency's doing 100 million a month, like corporate did. So the next slide, as we close this segment out and bring Brittany on, is Family First Life, the #1 IMO in the industry, issue paid for the first time $101 million in June. Absolutely shattering records. We're bigger in a month now what most companies do in a year. And carriers aren't slowing down with support. People aren't slowing down with needing protection, with having children or buying a new home or changing careers or lifestyle change that they want to get life insurance, right? We have no shortage of people opting in, looking for protection from what we have to offer, and us being the facilitators and the front runners in this industry. So to have issue paid $101,295,795.20 in a month is unbelievable. And I'm just so humbled and proud. Drop a 101 in the chat below if you're proud to be a part of Family First Life. This incredible company, this incredible opportunity, led by our incredible CEO, but at the same time, like it's what we plan to do, right? We set a goal, we plan to do it, and now as we talk, we can foresee doing $1 billion in a month. It is not unforeseeable to structure. The issue we'll have is, can our carrier partners keep up? And Brittany's about to come on and say, bring it all on. We're ready for it. So without further ado, let's get over to Brittany. But guys, thank you for being you. Be proud to be here and understand if you're struggling right now, stop and lean into our trainings, lean in this opportunity, give up excuses, decide to become better. Success is a choice. And $101 million in a month, it should just make it crystal clear for you that if other people can do this, you know, you can do it too. Just got to choose to get better. I make no promises and no guarantees, but we've got thousands and thousands of people making sales every single day. Why not you? So, all right. Without further ado, let's bring on Brittany and then I'll give her a proper intro. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, how are you today?
I'm great. I'm very excited.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a good intro, and then I'm gonna catch my breath and pass it back to you. All right. All right. Hello, everybody. Grady Paulson here. Welcome to the American Agency Call. I am super excited to have Brittany Russo on with us today, who is I was calling her the vice president. She's like, I'm the senior vice director, Crystal. I mean, there's all these titles in corporate America that I don't know. And I'm sure they're important, and we work hard to ascend to get to senior or junior or whatever. But she's a rock star. That's what you should know. She's been with the NLG for 14 years. She has overseen so much production. She works hand in hand with their CEO. And her focus now is what can she do to support FFL as we continue our goals to progress past 100 million per month and to make NLG one of the most integral parts of that. So I'm super excited to have her on today because I personally adore NLG. Devin has not only become a carry partner, has become a friend. And I'm so grateful to have him as our rep, if you will, but also our guy who's got our back. And now we've got Brittany too, who's looking out for us as we continue to grow our production. And that's what I'm excited for you guys to get a chance to learn more about her, more about NLG, and then have a chance to ask her some questions as we progress this call today. So without further ado, now, how are you doing today, Miss Russo?
I am so good. Actually, I love the fact that you're manifesting vice president for me. So I will take it. I'm all about a little manifestation in my life. So bring it on. Take a breath because I know what that's like. I'm going to share my screen because I have some really, really cool and fun slides to show you guys. So let me figure out. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Share. Here we go. Okay. So let's see. Perfect. Now, Grady, I actually have not used the system before. So can you see my PowerPoint?
Yeah, we're getting it. You just do screen. Yeah, nailing it. You're just a pro now. No, just so you're clear, StreamYard, I loved Zoom until when you export it, looks like you filmed it through a potato. Yeah. So we had this incredible software a few years ago, and it serves very well. And it also goes live concurrently on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. So it's pretty fun. But you're doing great. And here we go.
Here we go. Okay, guys. So a lot to talk about today, and I'm going to level with you. I am going to get passionate. I'm probably going to get a little loud. My last name is Italian. I married an Italian whose family is from New York City. So they're big, they're bold, they're audacious, and I'm really freaking proud of my company. And so that comes out of me. So let's kind of start with who the team is, because I'm not the only addition to the FFL team. Devin has done the most incredible job over the past decade or so, helping you guys grow to where you are today with National Life. And by the way, I was in Puerto Rico, so I know that we're in your top 10 of insurance carriers right now. And we're working our way to be in the top slot. Like, I know America is big and bad, but if you don't chase the best, then what are you doing in the game? And so we are working our way up the ladder to get into some of those top positions with you guys. And Devin has done the most remarkable job getting us where we are today. But in order for you to be $1 billion a month, you need as much support as possible. And so Mehran Asadi, our CEO, who, yes, I actually have on speed dial on my cell phone. That's how approachable he is. He added myself and Roberto Silva to the team. Roberto is new to the National Life family. He's like 8 months into the company. So Roberto's newer to us, not new to the industry. You might remember him from AmAm, and he was at Corebridge for a little while. So he's actually going around to all of your friends, you guys, every shop he can get into, and he's explaining why he chose National Life after being at a couple of other carriers. And then myself, I've been at the organization for 14 years, worked my way into the position I'm in. I live in California. Roberto's in Philadelphia, and Devin is in an airplane all the time. So a couple of things I want you to know as we jump in. Contracting is simpler than ever. We have tried to get rid of as many speed bumps as humanly possible. And in fact, unless your contracting or your background has any problems in it, we're getting you through in about 24 to 48 hours. So please do not hesitate. Go to Gateway, get through the contracting process, and get yourself up and running in about 48 hours with National Life, because you are going to be jazzed about every freaking thing I tell you today. Now, one of my favorite things about representing this company, and I will tell you guys, I bleed green. Okay. I have been recruited by IMOs. I've been recruited by private equity. I have been recruited by other carriers right in the middle of a conference. I bleed green. I will wear this jersey as long as humanly possible because of the information I'm about to tell you. First of all, as we know, America was founded in 1776. Do you know that National Life Group is woven in the fabric of American history? We have truly been in this industry longer than almost anybody else. In fact, there's only 2 carriers who've been here a little longer than we have. And I say a little longer. We are all so lucky to have been part of this revolutionary concept called life insurance, which, by the way, was started by churches and then eventually turned into the business that you see it today. And so National Life Group is older than the state of California that I currently reside in. It's older than Walt Disney Corporation. It is older than the last state put in the United States, which was Hawaii. So I want you to truly understand that who you're partnering with is not somebody who just was birthed a year ago, not somebody who decided to do IULs when they became really exciting on TikTok. This is a carrier that put a flag in the ground in 1848 saying, we want to help people. By the way, Grady, you'll love this because I know you love facts about the industry. At the time we were founded, the other carriers that existed were based around their state. Think New York Life, think Mass Mutual, right? Think Mutual of Omaha, for example. Carriers used to build their logo and their identity around the state. Think about the fact that the forefathers of National Life Group, the founders of National Life, called us from day one National Life Group. There wasn't even an entire country yet, and we already had the vision of helping every human that could possibly get and attain life insurance. And in fact, one of the things I like to point out is that our very first claim actually came from somebody who had left Vermont to go to California for the gold rush. At the time, California wasn't a state. It was still part of like Spanish territory. So we were paying claims in parts of this country that were not fully formed yet. That is how honorable we are, but that is how woven we are into the entire country. You may see a little bit of a wink to somebody else on the slide here, but that's around the time some of our competitors really started to be created, be founded, be thought of. So we have been so far ahead of what our competition is doing that we have paid claims in every major disaster that the United States has seen. Think about that. All the way back to wars, the Titanic, we paid a claim on the Titanic, to 9/11. We've obviously helped our clients through COVID-19, but all the way back to the Spanish influenza. I wanted you guys to see this because if you have been paying attention, Sean Mike has been very vocal. Andrew Taylor was vocal on the podcast. I've heard Zach Trudowski talk about it. Grady, I haven't heard you say it yet, but I'm sure you have to your entire team. You work with a carrier that took months to pay a claim that took us 1 week to pay, because paying claims is our business. It is literally our business. And if we put our feelings or our metrics or our balance sheets in front of our clients, what the heck are we doing here? And so as a company that's truly planted a flag to be there for others, we live and breathe that opportunity. So in terms of keeping our promises, I want to focus on that because at the end of the day, you guys are working really hard to get people to trust you. And TikTok has convinced them that this industry is horrible. It's horrible to join as a individual who wants to sell. It's horrible to purchase as an individual who wants protection. Everything about it is the worst thing that could happen to the human population. So freaking false. So at National Life Group, we have a total of 1.5 million delighted customers. That number is actually higher at this point. We are working our way. We want 5 million customers. We want 10 million customers. Because when you think about it, Los Angeles is 3 million people. We want more and more people in these products. And you will learn why as I continue forward. Total benefits paid. Let's kind of harbor in on that for a second. I talked about this on Andrew's podcast. We've paid out over $3 billion in benefits to our clients. We are so freaking proud of giving back, either when clients need us most or when there is an illness or injury that we can help. We are always here to make sure that the clients are getting the money they expect to get. So that's really all encompassing of any claim that we receive or request we receive for withdrawals and such. But those living benefits, 128 million. Guys, zone in for just a second for me, because we paid out over $3 billion in benefits in the calendar year, 365 days of 2025. This is a full year number. I have watched carriers get on stage and get so excited trying to rile up the crowd and say, in 5 years, we paid out $100 million. That's it? It took you 5 years? It took us 365 days to keep a promise that you're making on our behalf. And if we're not there to back you up, who is your business partner? Do you think that Jeff Bezos or even Elon Musk or any entrepreneur, Sean Mike, do you think any of these people go into business with unreliable business partners? No. Who you do business with matters, because you're also selling this to your friends and your family. And when you go to Thanksgiving next year or this year, I want you to sit confidently across the table from your family member, knowing the policy you sold them will not come up as a conversation at dinner in a negative way. In fact, here are the FFL stats. Since you guys partnered with National Life, you have put $12 million, almost $13 million of death benefits in force. Those are lives that you at FFL are protecting. Thanks to you and what you've done, we've also been able, as a partnership, to infuse $30 million into friends and families of yours. Think about that amount of money that's going into these households that you did. In that 30 million, 20 of it, about 21 was death, and almost 10 million of it was living benefits. So I wanted you to understand these numbers. I think it's so easy for carriers to like bang their chest. Yes, I'm cool. Yes, I'm amazing. Yeah, I'm pretty freaking cool. I'm not going to lie. But you're cool. I'm only cool because you're cool. Which, by the way, that was pretty cringy. It makes me feel like an older millennial.
I love it. Keep it up.
But it's true. It's so true. I can't do my job and love my job the way that I do without all of the FFL agents across the country singing the song of life insurance. And by the way, I don't think enough of you are. When I was in Puerto Rico, I talked to so many people who just sit in the bubble of final expense. Love that for you as a starter. But if that's where you're hanging your hat in this industry, you are missing the beauty of the industry, which is so much bigger and bolder than just the final expense concept. So you might be wondering, how is National Life able to keep all these promises? How have they stayed in business for 178 years? Here's how we've done it. We are a mutual, and our clients come first. So currently today, there's 719 insurance carriers. Of the 719, over 500 are stock, meaning at the end of the day, they care about shareholders. Business 101, my friends, stock companies care about their shareholders. So if they have extra money in their company to you would hope, reinvest in their company, in their products, give you more commissions, create an incentive trip for you, that extra money is not going to you, my friends. It's going to shareholders, okay? As opposed to National Life Group, we are a mutual insurance company. So a bylaw of our company is that we are owned by our policy owners. Grady, you have a National Life policy, don't you?
Correct.
Yeah, so you own a part of my company. In fact, I have a few National Life policies, and that's not because the company gave them to me. We don't do group insurance. I had to decide to purchase those policies on my own accord. So that means that when my company earns extra money over and above operating costs and needs, that gets put back into policies as dividends. So if I purchase an insurance policy as a consumer, take wholesaler hat off, I'm a consumer. And if I know that that company made an extra $10 million, the first question I'm going to ask is, where's my piece of that? As a mutual company, as a consumer of a mutual company, I know I'm getting a portion of that. As a consumer of a stock company, your guess is as good as mine if you're going to get any of that. That's what I love about NLG. Now, we get asked all the time, if you're so old, why haven't I heard of you? Because look, guys, at the end of the day, we've looked into getting a stadium. We could have had a stadium that was part of FIFA, absolutely, or World Cup. We could have done it. Do you know it costs roughly $10 million per year to put your name on a stadium? And guess who gets to use it? The people who live in that city. We don't just get to use it on a whim. You don't get to use it on a whim as a client or an agent of ours. So yeah, at the end of the day, we're making decisions that are not just for our vanity purposes, but we're going to put that money, that $10 million into technology, into new products, into innovating and creating new marketing opportunities and jumping into new markets alongside you. That's why who you do business with matters. So not only are we mutual and 178 years old, we are a company that cares about you. And not only do we say that just in the conversation we're having, we mean it because it's part of the company structure. Okay. Now let's talk about living benefits. And Grady, if I'm going too fast, slow me down because I get real riled up.
They can watch it on YouTube next week when it comes out. They Fast and Furious. That's how we like it here.
It's Fast and Furious. Okay, living benefits. My friends, we have been promoting the use of life insurance while you're still alive, not death insurance, but life insurance since 1937. We actually have ads in newspapers in 1937. We have a historian. I can prove this stuff. We have ads in newspapers talking about using life insurance while you're still alive. This is before compliance, so those ads are like the Wild West of insurance, but they're phenomenal. So let's talk about what these benefits are. And as you can see, there's some competition up here. And we love competition. Competition. It's, what is that? The healthy rival. It's such a great thing when you have someone who can sharpen iron with you. And so we love our competitors. What you're looking at on the screen are the people that we consider competition in the living benefits IUL space. Okay. So if you don't see a carrier here, hate to say it, we don't consider them competition. You may like them, but we know what competition really looks like. So here's what we got. National Life Group. A terminal illness is an illness that results in death within 24 months or less. What that means, Grady, is if I go to the doctor and the doctor goes, Brittany, you have a disease that only Meredith Grey from Grey's Anatomy has ever heard of. Okay. You have 18 months left to live. If I go to National Life Group with that information, National Life is going to go, great. We're going to give you a percentage of your death benefit early. Okay. Now, if I took that to, I'll take another mutual here. If I took that to Mass Mutual, Mass would say, hey, we can't help you because you're exceeding our limitation of 12 months. So that 24-month parameter is super important because the 12-month rule is pretty darn antiquated, guys. When you think about medical advancements and science advancements that we've seen in our country, it's abysmal to me that any carrier hasn't increased that to 2 years or less. Now, you will also notice underneath that, there's some fine print. You should be reading the fine print when you are doing reviews with your customers because the bold print giveth and the fine print taketh away. So yes, we're going to give you 24 months, but we're going to give you 100% of that death benefit capped at 1.5 million. Again, my buddies at Mass Mutual, they're looking at 75% of that death benefit up to 250,000. So if you have $1 million term policy with them, they're going to cap you at 250,000. And if you have 250,000, they're only giving you 75% of it. That's what that means. So understanding fine print helps you educate your customers and feel confident about what you're offering. Now, National Life has 2 chronic illness riders, but I want to focus on the original chronic, which is the discounted payout, that first one listed. What chronic is, it's when your client cannot perform 2 out of the 6 activities of daily living or a cognitive impairment. Okay? It has to be 90 consecutive days in either of those situations, and then we can offer a payout to the customer. Please notice, we do not require permanent, okay? You see my buddies at Penn Mutual, they require permanent. What that means is your client's illness or injury has to be non-recoverable. This little thing called COVID-19 happened a couple of years ago. During COVID, we had customers who were so sick, they could not leave their bed for 90 days. Guess who wrote them a check? I'm just going to let that one hang in the air because the answer should be obvious.
NLG.
It was not a positive COVID test. Please do not misunderstand and blow up TikTok. It was that the clients were so sick, they couldn't leave their beds. We helped them. By the way, you might remember during 2020, 2021, when TikTok told everybody insurance carriers were denying claims left, right, and center because pandemics were part of their exclusions. Some were. National Life was not. That was predominantly happening in Canada, but I don't know what other carriers ultimately did, but National Life did not and does not have that in our clauses. The second chronic illness is a dollar for dollar chronic. So we're elevating the game. We are keeping our policies as relevant to consumer needs as humanly possible. So this one's going to give a higher payout, a little more dollar for dollar activity. More details on this can be found by talking to myself, Devin, or Roberto. Happy to get on team calls or one-on-one calls, but I want to make sure I get a lot in today with this opportunity. Critical illness is the next one. I freaking love critical illness because we take the cake here. We have 13 triggers, but the main 3 are heart attack, stroke, and cancer. Heart attack, stroke, and cancer. Every single one of us on this call right now has met somebody in our lives or knows someone personally who's had heart attack, stroke, or cancer. Unexpected medical bills are one of the leading causes of debt in this country. People are at an alarming rate depleting their savings, depleting their 401k, remortgaging their homes, maxing out their credit cards just to pay for unexpected medical bills. When you could have sold them a living benefits policy that's in either Rapid Protect, permanent insurance, or even term, to umbrella and protect all of that money they've been trying to hold on to for retirement. You could sell them a policy that totally covers all of their future needs because that unexpected medical bill could take them out at the knees. Let me pivot over here really quickly on this cancer conversation. And I got into this a little bit with Andrew on the podcast. One of the deadliest cancers on the rise is colorectal cancer. It is truly remarkable that nobody's paying attention to this. It has a lot to do with like the foods that we're eating that are very processed. It has a lot to do with some of the heavy metals that we're consuming accidentally or unaccidentally. I mean, sushi is now like the big thing in the world, right? Or certainly in America. So a lot of sushi consumption, a lot of mercury, right? So there's like a lot of things we're not really paying attention to that we need to if we want to keep ourselves safe. So when you're figuring out how to educate your client on IUL or how to navigate an IUL conversation, talk about something relevant to them and their demographic. Cancer right now is something that's scaring everybody. Bring up the fact that you represent an insurance carrier that's been in the industry as long as cancer has been an actual illness. I think that's pretty powerful. Then we've got critical injury. I love critical injury because look across that column. No other carriers offering critical injury. Here's the cool thing about critical injury: coma, paralysis, severe burn, traumatic brain injury. I'm going to say those again. I'm going to say them slower. Coma, paralysis, severe burn, traumatic brain injury. National Life Group will underwrite your client for hobby, not profession. So what that means is that you have an opportunity to actually cover people who work in emergency services, or could be in a fire unit, or could be construction workers, roofers, oil riggers. They could get coverage for coma, paralysis, severe burn, traumatic brain injury. We are more concerned with people who don't know how to keep themselves safe with their recreational activities than we are with people who know how to put safety equipment on to keep their life healthy and running. Now, I'm going to caveat this. I live in Los Angeles County. I would not walk into the fire department at LA County and say, look, I could get all of you a rider for severe burn. We're an insurance carrier. We can only take a subset of risk. If you wanted to go into a firehouse and do a seminar on all the services that you offer at FFL, and maybe even try to bring them in as a side hustle, I would say I represent an insurance carrier where if you qualify, you could have access to a rider that covers you for coma, paralysis, severe burn, traumatic brain injury. It's a door opener. And again, it goes back to being with a carrier who keeps their products relevant. Alzheimer's disease, that one is kind of extracted because Alzheimer's is similar to cognitive impairment, except very non-recoverable. So we're going to offer your client just a little bit more money, all lump sum, so they can go in and take care of themselves. And then we have the lifetime income benefit rider. We're one of 3 insurance carriers that have it. It's tax-free guaranteed income for life, as long as the policy is not a MEC or modified endowment contract. But it's one of the beautiful things on the IUL that if you don't get sick and you don't pass away and you want to use the cash value to help supplement retirement, you can turn on this income rider and it guarantees the income for the rest of the client's lifetime. So all of that is what we put, by the way, into all of our products. We are not the carrier that goes, okay, well, we'll put that on that product, but not this one. No, it's available on everything. The income rider is not on term for obvious reasons. Term doesn't have cash value, but the term does have all the accelerated benefits. And fun fact, in California loves us for accelerated benefits. California actually allowed us to get some of our riders faster than some of our carrier partners, just simply because of how honorable we are with them and how we disclose transparently how they work. So those accelerated benefits are built into the policy, priced into the product. The client's not paying more for them. And the cool thing, they're covered by tax code 101G. So they're tax-free to the customer. So it's a really great way of like elevating the life insurance conversation. Here's the thing. At a baseline, this is about protection. That's why I started with living benefits. It shows, I hope you saw from the history of the company all the way to this moment, we are all about protecting and taking care of the people who stand beside us, who are partners in this journey alongside us. So protection is what every single person needs. And those of you on the line doing final expense, that's great. It's a first step of protection, but the conversation needs to go deeper than that. Final expenses, you're protecting your funeral. What's protecting the rest of your legacy? Okay, so that's what we're getting into, talking more about protection, accumulation, and then getting into some distribution opportunities with those income riders. Well, how can you protect people quickly? Rapid Protect. It's literally in the name. Rapid, fast, protect, protection. And by the way, fun fact, we built Rapid Protect for every single one of you. We genuinely looked at our partners like FFL and we said, we need to get them a product that is geared towards their market, geared toward their level of speed. You guys move quick. You move so quick that we need to offer you something that moves as quick. So that's what Rapid Protect is. The idea here is you can get instant decision on your client. In about 2 minutes or less, you know if that client is getting protection with National Life. Now it goes up to $500,000 up to age 60. And so there's going to be fewer medical questions. Now, look, I hear you. I am not deaf. Our app is not faster than everybody else's. I get it. I hear you. We're actively working on it. Your feedback is monumental to all of us. In fact, Devin, myself, and Roberto have just emailed Miran recently going over what we need from you guys. He is listening to what you guys need. So fewer questions, but we're going to continue to fine tune that. Okay. Now the speed on the back end of getting that instant decision is there. That speed of getting the decision is there. We just have to work on the app part. We got it. But you get all those accelerated benefits if your client is a standard. Think about how quickly in 2 minutes you can get your client all of this coverage. It just makes me so excited. So you get all of that coverage up to $500,000. That's that umbrella that I'm talking about, guys. If you need to go in there and elevate your client's understanding of IUL by leaning into living benefits, please do it. Here's the thing. You get one of 3 decisions with National Life Group. You're going to get approved. Congratulations. Brittany Russo is now protected by Rapid Protect. You're going to get postponed, which is ineligible for Rapid Protect, or you're going to get declined. Declined means we cannot take the client. So ineligible or postpone means, hey, there's something missing in that client's history in order for us to make the offer. Here's the good news. When you guys are getting postponed, about 70% of you are flipping into FlexLife and you're getting approvals in FlexLife. So all it means is that our robot was moving so fast, it couldn't find the information. Because here's what's happening. When you submit go on the application for Brittany Russo, what's happening is we're still grabbing all the information in underwriting and we're making our assessment from there. Okay. And then we're able to make the offer. But if the robot moves and there's missing information, it has to slow down and move us over to FlexLife. So if you feel that you got to postpone with Rapid, pop over to FlexLife. It'll be great. We did put a solve in for you. Again, we're listening to your feedback. So if you go to our portal, you go to Rapid Protect Solve. It's got 7 questions, state, name, date of birth, gender, type of policy you want to structure. Then it spits out what the quote is, and you can hit send to eApp, and it populates our eApplication. So the 17 questions will populate with 7 of these, and then you'll be issued. Guys, we also got PIN to sign. If I'm counting right, that's like the 3 other, like we got 3 things going just for FFL.
Checking boxes.
What's that?
We're checking boxes right and left today. This is awesome.
We're just over here, choop. So PIN to sign. We did put this in for you guys. So that is something that has taken storm. You guys are using it more than any other agency partner of ours. So I'm really proud of putting these things out there and you actually implementing. We're so used to people asking for things and then never using them. FFL stands by their word. I mean, that's a Sean Mike requirement. You stand by your word. You say you need it. We give it to you. You freaking use it. That's great. So thank you for that. The last thing I'll say about Rapid Protect is that you do get 10% more on Rapid Protect than you do Flex Life. So for all of the people who are saying to me, like, National Life doesn't give out enough commissions, we priced in more commission on Rapid Protect too. So when I'm telling you that we really built this for what you're telling us, I mean it. Like, it's right here, all for you guys in the best way possible. This is what the a text message from your client will look like, and that's the pin that you put in. Talk about enhancing your final expense conversations. If your client is doing final expense, but they need more than $50,000 of coverage and they want to, potentially use it for more than just final expense, you can really upsell them. So you could get the final expense and then package it with Rapid Protect to get them more protection inside the rest of their legacy versus just the funeral. But a lot of agents at FFL are doing the upsell. They're saying, okay, this is what final expense would be, or we can upsell you to $100,000 with Rapid Protect and get you a lot more coverage, or maybe even some bang for your buck. But then the number one question is, how is it different than Flex Life? I think Rapid Protect is like the little sister to Flex Life. It's an introductory pricing. It's a little more affordable in the pricing because the face amount is a maximum of 500,000 versus Flex Life. We can issue up to like $100 million death benefit. So there's just a different size of the overall product. Rapid Protect has a cap of 9.25. Flex Life has 11. So Flex Life's more expensive, can get much bigger, has a higher cap. Rapid Protect is meant to be quick, efficient, a reasonable size death benefit with introductory affordability to the product. So that's kind of what we're having here. I want to mention foreign nationals. I want to make sure you guys understand that we are extremely committed to the I-10 market. So if your client has I-10, H-1 visa, green card, pretty much anything that identifies them as living and breathing, we will take it. And we love working with this market, and it is approved for Rapid Protect. Yet another box that we've checked for you that we heard loud and clear from Digna that you guys needed, and we made it happen. We have 130 underwriters on staff. So we are the biggest underwriting team in the entire industry. So when everybody tells me it's too hard to underwrite with National Life, it just means you don't understand our company. And I'm happy to have that conversation over coffee with you. We have 130 people. Many of them came from other carriers. They sought us out for their opportunity because of the company that we are today. So we are here and dying to help you with your business. So much so that we increased our easy underwriting limits up to $5 million. That means I could sell Grady a Flex Life policy for $5 million without blood, urine, and paramed. And by the way, our statistics right now is that like 60% of them are issued within 24 hours, or approved in about 24 hours. It's freaking insane.
It's insane.
It's insane. And by the way, for those of you who've been around for a hot minute in the industry, you can combine that with term. So the term limits go up to $2 million. So I could do $2 million of term, which is obviously lower cost, and I could do $3 million of permanent insurance to get the $5 million. No blood, urine, or paramed. How mind-boggling is that? But we underwrite for so many professions. I wanted to show you some markets you could consider outside of truckers and veterans. There's so much opportunity. We do foreign nationals, professional athletes, multi-life, which means you're working with a chiropractor, and that chiropractor has 15 physicians. We can do a multi-life plan for them. We have premium finance. That's a huge one for us. In fact, this is one of our vendors. A big fan of collaborating with them. Business insurance and juvenile coverage. We are really well known in the juvenile space. Grady, I have just a couple more slides. Okay. I promise I'm like rounding this out.
You're killing it. Keep going.
Okay. So testimonials. Everybody goes, it's too good to be true. What if I told you that we have a YouTube channel? Shocker. We don't do live streaming like this, which is really cool, but we have a YouTube channel. Please go look at it. It talks about our company, our history, our mission, but we have testimonials from customers. Everything that has taken place with those consumers that want to share their story. We're actually looking to do a testimonial on this one carrier, or not this carrier, but on this one client where the carrier didn't pay the claim, but we did, and what that experience was like for that family. So keeping the promises is everything we're about. And it's everything you should be about when it comes to your reputation in the field. They don't have faces for National Life except you guys. They don't have faces for any of your carriers except you guys. So go be the face, but be the face with the right business partner. Social media. A lot of you are building social media brands, or you already have your social media brand. Please know we have content. We're actually an award-winning content provider in social media in our industry. So please go check out what we're doing and see how you can leverage it. And any one of us, myself, Roberto, Devin, we would love to help you with that content if you need us. Speaking of being on your phone, mobile apps. So as I mentioned, we could have put $10 million on a stadium in Boston. We chose not to do that. We chose to put millions of dollars into mobile apps. I personally, like I said, I own National Life policies. I actually went to my mobile app and took out a loan from my app of my policy, and it was in my bank account in 24 hours. How easy is that? I was able to pay the loan back. When I moved from Orange County to Los Angeles, I was able to change my address. All of those little tiny things that as an agent can bog you down have now become self-sourcing for the customer. And I think that's something we want you to know is we're creating technology to elevate your business, not remove you from the business. Think about that. We will not go direct to consumer because we believe in the eyeball to eyeball, kneecap to kneecap sale. There are humans here and humans need to stay in this industry. So AI and technology should not remove you from the equation. If you start to see that in your partners, you should question things. We are keeping you part of this, but we're building technologies for you and around you to make it easier to do business. So this is the client mobile app. We also have the agent mobile app. And here's how I like to say it. On that agent mobile app, as a woman, if I was, wanting a more flexible lifestyle, I would join this industry. I would sell in it. FFL is a lot of successful women. I'm watching Nina. That girl is fire. Marissa, so many great women on this company. And so when I'm sitting there and I'm watching soccer games for kids, I could have somebody come over and ask me about insurance. I could run an app on my phone. Like that's the industry we're talking about, guys. That's the stuff National Life is putting on the table for you. So run that app, run the illustration, run the app, get the client covered, get them in their mobile app so that they can look at their sale. Here's the thing. What you're selling them is not tangible. They can't eat it, drive it, smell it, or wear it. So they need to be able to see it, to believe it. That's what the mobile app does for you. 2 quick markets that I just want to throw out there. I talked about this on Andrew's podcast. I thought this was called Helping Heroes. Turns out it's called Do Good Heroes. Turns out I need to look at my company a little more. But Helping Heroes has a nice ring to it. The idea here is that firefighters, emergency personnel, police officers, people that go beyond and help their community above and beyond the call of action. And so we want to be able to award those people for their efforts, for what they're doing. I was really blessed and fortunate that after Los Angeles fires, the Palisades fires last year, to be able to take a check to the LA Fire Department. I actually have family that almost lost their home in the fire, and I have many agents who lost homes in the fire. So to be able to represent National Life and take a big check over to the Los Angeles Fire Department and thank them for their cause, and it was like a 5-figure check. It was nothing to sneeze at. We took it over, and we were so proud to represent National Life. You, as an agent in the field, if you're looking for something outside of your leads, but kind of in the same vein, you could go into your local, emergency services, and you could say, I represent an insurance carrier that's 178 years old, and they just want to show their gratitude for what you're doing in your community. Do you have any incredible stories about anybody in this precinct or this firehouse that has done something remarkable? You submit that to us, and then we write the check, and you get to deliver that check. By the way, then maybe you ask them if you can hold a seminar about what it is that you offer, right? So we're helping you get into the markets, but we're helping bring awareness to the impactful things people are doing around the country. The last one, in a very similar way, is Life Changer of the Year. Life Changer is focused specifically on school districts. It's focused on educators, principals, superintendents, janitors, bus drivers, doesn't matter. The idea, though, is it's another under noticed community of people, and we just like to give back and say thank you to all of them. Okay. Hey, I'm only a little bit over the hour.
No, you're perfect. That was so good. Oh my God.
I'm going to stop sharing.
Okay. Well, Miss Russo, That was not what I expected, because that was so far better than anything I could have possibly asked you to come with that I need a thesaurus for some synonyms. But I mean, we'll start with the I bleed green comment from the top of the call, all the way into contracting 24 to 48 hours. Paying claims is our business, and the bold print giveth and the fine print taketh away. That I will steal and give you credit for. But for anyone, for the hundreds of people that are on here live and the thousands are going to watch on YouTube, for you to watch this and think that, 5 or 10 points more in commission or anything other than this is not one of, if not the best company that you could put your leads, which now become clients, which clients can become friends and family into, would be foolish for you to think any different. I would love an NLG chant in the comments below. If you could drop some NLG to show some love. But Brittany, that was spectacular. And to know that as you sit there and stand alone in the marketplace from 700 plus different companies all the way down to being a mutual company that reinvests, that doesn't spend, the mark on the 10 million is that's just a marketing expense. So they'd rather put the money into evolving the technology. And I loved life insurance is not tangible. We sell something that that our buyers hopefully will never physically experience, either from the living benefits and in death. Them coming back to life would be weird. But like in that same philosophy that the
app, you can resurrect. They could be.
Makes it real. The app makes it real, guys. And what other companies and carriers out there, other than just sending the policy packet that they throw in a file drawer that stacks up with the bunch of, clipper, mail they get? The app makes it real. Wes made a great statement in there about how the clients can adjust their contributions. You can change so many different things. Rapid Protect being 10% more in commission than Flex Life. Tax code 101G you threw out there. Holy cow. And unexpected medical bills are the leading cause of debt in the USA. There was so much value in this call, everyone, for you to not just to open your mind, to know that you're representing the pinnacle of companies out there, the zenith, the Everest of companies that have the vision from 178 years ago to be National Life instead of Vermont Life. Right. Mm-hmm. That would have been a unique, that would have been challenging to market long term. But regardless, Brittany, that was exceptional. And I sit here now wondering, I need to have a conversation with myself about buying another NLG policy and putting my family and people that I care the most about with a company that puts their clients first. Paying claims is our business. And if it takes months for your clients to get paid, how long is it going to take for your significant others to get paid? And it's just, I did not expect you to be this good. So I just applaud you for your passion about your company and your products, but also you represented it so well and educated us all at such a high level. And I would love any final thoughts as you send us off, but just, I don't think anyone's leaving here now going, I'm going to sell someone else because they pay me 5 points more. Like this, I can't wait for our agents to tell their clients about NLG more now. And if we could please have this PowerPoint, I'd love to share it out with everybody as well. We can link it in the YouTube link, maybe in a Google Drive, Natasha. That way they can have access to this, because some of those things maybe you want to share with your clients as to why this is such a great company. And they should, as they're, leaning here left or right or wanting to talk to their P&C agent who only represents one carrier. It's usually in P&C, that life product is just a bonusable thing they're told to sell because it's highly profitable. Where you guys are focused 100% on how do we make these clients and be there for with them long term. 128 million in living benefits paid out last year. Just bananas. Like there's so much good that you just bestowed upon us. So final thoughts. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh.
I have a couple of final thoughts. So, and I'm a little long-winded, so I apologize, but it's just my passion. So first things first, that was the tip of the iceberg. I mean, we're talking about 178 years of history and all the innovations in the 14 years I've been here. I could be here for 3 hours doing this. I will spare you all. It is to say that that's just an ounce of everything else we do. It between our annuity products, all the different markets we're in, all the ways that we can help you market, the good we do put back into communities, right? We just did our Do Good Fest in Vermont. which is where we raise money for a particular cause of the year. And this year it was towards mental health, specifically in adolescence. And so we gave $200,000 that we earned that day during the concert. Neon Trees, Smash Mouth. We've had big names on that stage, and all of that money goes towards a cause. So we just earned I guess is the word, raised, $200,000 for causes. So we really are a company that wants to help you move through your community in the best way possible. But we don't have Stockholm syndrome. Okay. I'm not telling every one of you to throw every client you've ever sneezed on at us. We understand that we are a company that's looking for specific business, meaning if your client had cancer a year ago, not a fit for us. If your client has been a lifelong smoker, not a fit for us. If your client is a little short for their weight, not a fit for us sometimes, right? So understanding our underwriting story, our underwriting philosophy, I think is important. And Grady, you mentioned pricing and like underwriting pricing. I would love to come talk about that. I live for educating people on why underwriting is the way it is and how carriers think and price so that people feel more confident in their underwriting skills in the field. Such a passion of mine. So I think that once you understand our underwriting philosophies and our story, you will align with us super quickly, because you will easily look at all your carrier partners and go, great, these are the 10 people for National Life. Those 2 people are Foresters. That one goes to Moo. And that just becomes the way you operate. However, I'm finding that at FFL, people are not taking the time to learn our story. They think they know it. They're not trying to learn it. And they're just throwing out the baby with the bathwater. So please try to learn that story. The last thing I'll throw out at you, I did this on the podcast with Andrew. So go look at that podcast if you haven't heard it yet. You should be stacking your products, meaning with all the carriers you represent, you've got one who's great at accumulation, one that's great at protection, one that's great at living benefits. You should make sure your client has a little bit of everything. Because at the end of the day, if I make the resolution that I'm going to get fit and healthy, I can't just drink water. I can't just eat better. I can't just go to the gym once a week. I have to bring all of those elements together to get healthier and more fit. No different in financial health. If I want to hit certain goals as a human, retire with this much money, protect my family with that much, protect my estate with X amount, I need to have all the different types of products that create a package. And that is financial health. That is what I think FFL could lean into the most. In my observations, being with you guys for 6 weeks, we're not creating holistic plans. We're just doing this one thing or that one thing, and we're calling it financial services. Get out there and get excited to take an inventory of the client and then create that puzzle and put it all together in a beautiful presentation. Those are my things. Okay, those are my remarks.
I love it. Thank you so much. We'll see you at Ignite, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Right. We'll have bells and whistles on. We're expecting 5,000 people out there getting better and learning more about NLG, and also learning how to go out there and protect more families. So Brittany, thank you for your time. Thank you for your passion. Thank you for the detail you put into that presentation. Holy smokes. And we're looking forward to going out there and making you proud, Devin proud, Roberto proud, and Mayron proud, and ourselves proud, because we're representing a great company. That's the beauty of being a broker, guys, is you get to choose and pick. And I hope this information gives you the confidence to know that you're representing a top tier, a one-of-one company, and your clients will thank you for doing so. So Brittany, have an amazing day. Thank you so much for the time, for the passion, and looking forward to the future as well with you and NLG.
Yes. Thank you.
Right. Have an amazing day.
You too.
All right, everybody. That's that. You know, I've had carrier reps come on and they'll give me like 8 minutes and 3 slides. Like, hey, we changed the indices. And I'm like, okay, what are we going to talk about for the other 38 minutes? And Brittany comes on and she's like, no, I'm going to teach you what you need to know, why we're so gosh darn good. She said Spanish flu at some point. They're Spanish, the Titanic, the flu. I mean, holy cow, NLG is incredible. So I already knew that. I love this company. Like so much of our top producers love NLG, but the goal is for you is don't pick the easy path, right? Pick the best path, because when you do what's best for your clients, they stay with you long-term, and they don't just go, well, this one was cheaper by $7. I'm going to go through here. You're educating them. You're getting them in the app. You're educating them how great these products are, and you're putting them in a great position. So thank you to Brittany. Thank you to obviously my boy, Devin. and the years of service he's given us, but the future is bright with NLG. So I hope you guys see that too. So moment of Zen this week, is going to be, we're going to share with you the video that we made. And I feel as though it's appropriate, if you've been on here this long and you got something to do, jump off by all means. But if you have not had a chance to check out our brand new FFL overview opportunity video, buckle up. I hope you enjoy it. So without further ado, we'll see you next week live. But here is your moment of Zen. Talk to you soon. Bye for now. Grady Polson, and I'm going to share with you an overview of a company that this year will do over $1 billion in sales that most people don't even know exists. That company's called Family First Life. Now, we've been in business for over 13 years, and in that time, our agents have made over $4 billion in commissions. Yes, that is an incredible number to hear, but listen as we progress and you'll see how we did it. Now, this is important because right now, people are falling behind. Sad thing is, they don't even realize it. What's happening right now is that costs of living keep rising, gas prices are continuing to climb higher and higher, more jobs than ever are being replaced by AI, and side hustles are becoming absolutely necessary for an American family to support themselves. The system that we were born into isn't built for you to win anymore. So when you really break it down, people don't just want another job. They want control over their income, long-term stability, and an opportunity that can truly scale. And the opportunity that is taking the sales industry by storm is selling life insurance. There's massive income potential. We work with leads, which gives you complete control over your business. This creates real stability, and there's no industry experience required to become successful selling life insurance. Now let's look at some facts. Now this comes from LIMRA, which is Life Insurance Marketing and Research Association. 49% of American households know that they need more life insurance. 50% of American families would struggle within 6 months of the primary income earner's death. And 40% of American families would not be able to survive. American adults say that their family would not be able to financially survive if they died. It is sad to say, but in our world, in life insurance, we're the only one that shows up on the worst day in a family's life and provides something of value. This is a massive untapped market, huge demand, and very few big players. As we just learned, half the country is not properly covered. Most have not taken enough action, and there's millions actively looking to get life insurance right now. There's over 160 million potential clients, where the average right now amount of life insurance coverage is only $20,000, where the average American household is $83,000. So there's a massive discrepancy in the amount of coverage most people have and how much just a single year's income they would need in order to survive. So as you can see, there's a giant opportunity for those in the insurance industry to capitalize on it. Now let's look at our business. The modern sales process is what we have pioneered. Now the old way of selling insurance was you drive to clients' houses, they fill out paper applications, require physical medical exams where they draw your blood or you've got to pee in a cup, a nurse has to come to your home, and you've got to wait weeks for the insurance carrier to approve you. And on top of that, you're geographically restricted by where you can drive to. We've pioneered a new way to do this, where it's better, faster, and simpler. You can work 100% online through Zoom or on the phone. They're all digital applications submitted instantly, and you find out instantly if the client qualifies. So there's no longer medical exams, and you can close a sale, protect a family in 20 or 30 minutes. And on top of that, you can sell across the entire country from anywhere. Now, the bigger question, as I pose to you here, is what if the issue is not your effort, but that platform that you have been working in your entire life? I want to introduce you to our CEO, Sean Mike. Sean Mike is by far one of the most incredible entrepreneurs that I've had the good fortune to spend time with, but he's also our president and CEO who started in this industry, was a top producer, was a top agency manager, and worked in a company that he came to find out had a broken system. He was capped on his growth. He had captive contracts, he had zero ownership of his business, and super low compensation. And he had a vision back in 2013 to say, what if I could build a company that people don't want to leave from? What if I could build a company where people are proud to be at every day and they can build long-term income with? Now, Sean was not just a businessman who had an idea. He started as a producer. He wrote over 800,000 on his own multiple years in a row, and he's an agent-first leader. And he's proud that he's built this company as an agent for the agents. And Sean is known for this quote: "My goal is to have an army of men and women who have bigger bank accounts than any agents in the history of this industry. And as you continue on, you'll see how Sean has worked hard to make sure we've accomplished that. Now, this is the FFL standard. Our company, Family First Life, prides itself on having the highest industry commission rates. We pay direct from carrier to agents. You get vested renewals from day one. You've got bonuses, diverse lead options, free sales tools, free training. You're totally independent, and we have no fees. Let's take a look at our growth, though. Now, we started in 2014, we did 16 million in the whole year. In 2018, we did 152 million. So we got into business, we stayed in business and kept going. Jump forward a few years, 2021, we hit 583 million. And now in 2026, we are on track to do well over $1 billion in sales. Now, I understand these numbers are crazy to see. They're crazy for us to be a part of, but we work each and every day incredibly hard to make sure this is the best decision that our agents make is to partner with us. Now, in total, $4,777,342,657 in issued and paid business to our agents. That's over 70,000 agents have earned a commission check by working through us. Cliche lines as they are, we're just getting started as we continue to progress and grow. Now, let's talk about why we're so successful, and a term we love calling the velocity of capital. Nothing slows down your sales as an agent with us. Close today, you get paid tomorrow. Our business is simple. You acquire leads, buy data-driven leads from one of our many vendors. You protect the client, 25-minute digital approval with no credit check. When they're approved, the client is happy, they make their first payment. You, as the agent, get paid direct from the insurance carrier. The commissions go straight from them to you. And then fast payout. The commissions hit you in 24 to 72 hours based on that client making their first payment. That's why agents can come here, be successful, build here, and stay here long-term. Okay, now let's get into the standards. The first is our aggressive compensation model. We lead the industry here. Now, Sean had a vision where his philosophy was to be able to pay the agent the most amount of money because they're the ones doing the work. They're meeting with the clients, they're buying the leads, they're servicing the business. And in that philosophy, we start agents at 80% and move them all the way up to 145%. Now, you'll hear different terms: comp, compensation, contract. They're all synonyms for how much of the policy do you get paid. Now, let's dig into that more now. Most agents, when they get into life insurance, start at a 40% compensation rate. That's the industry standard, and it's been out there for years. Where the companies that agents are selling at are trying to make as much money as possible off of their new sales recruit. Now, our philosophy is different. We want to pay the agent as much money as possible so they can be in business, stay in business, and grow a business. Now, at Family First Life, we start agents at 80%. And the way compensation works is it's based on annual premium. Now, annual premium is how much money a client will pay for the first year. Meaning that if a client's going to pay $500 in the first year, or $1,000 in the first year, or $1,500 in the first year, you will multiply that against your compensation rate, and that's how much you as the agent get paid. So an 80% comp, someone sells a $500 policy, they make $300. A $1,000 policy, they make $600. Or a $1,500 policy, they make $900. Now, the way your compensation rate moves up is by your own production. We have very fair and very liberal compensation increase guidelines. But as you move up to 100% compensation, that same $500 policy now pays you $375. Now, as your time with us progresses and you move yourself up to even 120% compensation rate, that $500 policy now pays you $450, $1,900, and that $1,500 policy pays you $1,350. So the more you sell with us, the higher your compensation rate goes. Now, these numbers are incredible. But could you imagine being that agent who's stuck at 40% or 30% or 50% after 2-3 years and told them it's a good deal? You can see now why people are joining us more and more. Now, on top of the incredibly high compensation we offer, one of the things that we love to do is honor and reward our top producers. And that is what's called Hall of Fame, where you earn the coveted red jacket. Now, the red jacket is if you issue and sell $400,000 in a calendar year. But on top of that, we've got now 5 levels of achievement through production, annuities, agency building, and etc. One of the most coveted things that people have and go for and strive for here at Family First Life is earning their jacket. Next thing we want to talk about is direct payment. Now, here at Family First Life, you get direct payment from the carrier. There's no middleman, there's no delays, and you get daily direct deposits. And the faster you get paid, the faster you can focus on growing your business with us. Let's talk about vested renewals. And this is what you can do to build a long-term, stable residual income, or as we like to call, income beyond that first sale. Now, at Family First Life, we have 100% day one renewals, where you can build a book of business and there's no waiting period. Next, let's talk about our producer and agency monthly bonus program. Currently this year, we're on track to pay out over $50 million in bonuses to our top agents and top agency managers. We also have trips. At Family First Life, we've got annual agent trips, cruises, and elite masterminds. On top of that, our carriers have the bonus program as well as incentive trips funded directly by our carrier partners. Take advantage of it all. Next, let's talk about our diverse lead options. At Family First Life, we have over 30 specialized lead vendors that have so many different types of leads, final expense, mortgage protection, IUL, annuity. And with our platform, you can automate your lead orders where you don't have to figure out where to order from, when to order, can my lead vendor deliver? We have all of that dialed in for you through our partners that have verified, compliant, and super high quality leads, which puts you in the driver's seat where you only have to then focus on selling. And the best thing is at Family First Life, you will never have to cold call anyone. You can get leads nationwide. Our internet leads are generated through various educational websites. You can receive inbound calls where the clients are literally calling you to buy life insurance. And on top of that, we have leads generated through many social media platforms where they're clients that are looking to buy life insurance and filling out forms and waiting for you to call. Now, the different types of insurance we sell, as this year will protect well over 500,000 families. We specialize in term, whole life, index universal life, and fixed index annuities, and all the variations of that. We do it all. On top of that, we partner with the top insurance carriers. And the majority of them, we are the #1 IMO, meaning the #1 insurance marketing organization that works with them. They do what's absolute best for us and our agents, as we are the top producers with all of them. Now let's talk about the free sales tools that are available to you as an agent with Family First Life. We have industry-leading tech, which is backed by our parent company, Integrity Marketing Group. They've created a free tool for us called Integrity Connect. Now, Integrity Connect is an all-in-one platform for agents to use. It has a full CRM, tracks your leads, gives you incredibly fast quoting with all of the carriers that you're contracted with, and on top of that, underwriting support with a built-in dialer and all kinds of follow-up and marketing automations with AI note-taking. This has totally revolutionized our business and is completely revolutionizing the industry. After everything we've shared with you, we know that we could charge a ton of money for all that we offer. But one of the things that we stand on is that we offer so much for free. Resource websites, gigantic training video library, group communication tools where you can message your mentor and other people in the business. We offer in-person lock-ins where you can come together as a team and dial together, sell together, and get better together, as well as we have regional conferences all over the country. Some additional training we offer is an onboarding bootcamp, 5+ hours of interactive high-level foundational training, as well as weekly trainings with live producers that are making sales right now on what they're doing and what's working. And lastly, we have live dial Zooms where you can watch and listen to top producers set appointments in real time. And one of the best things is we have a shadow system here at FFL where you work one-on-one with an elite mentor on your first 20 appointments until you're confident. We didn't get here by accident. We got here because we have a great system and a strategy to help you win. Now, we are an independent IMO where we set you up as a broker where you can then have the option to have 5, 10, 15 different carrier contracts to make sure you're protecting your client. Something that exists out there in the industry still are captive companies. An agent there only represents one carrier. They have very limited product options. They must follow strict company guidelines, and they have nearly zero flexibility in what they can do. Now, Sean's vision was to create a company where people would be independent, giving them flexibility and freedom. With multiple carriers, they have options of many different products, and they have complete and total control over their business. Now, being independent has many benefits. You've got all kinds of tax benefits too by taking advantage of the Schedule C as you're self-employed, complete freedom of schedule to discipline yourself if you want to work early in the morning and call the East Coast or late at night and call the West Coast. You have an uncapped earning potential based on how much you want to sell, bonus program and agency building. And then on top of all of that, you have access to the Integrity Health Plan. Now, our parent company pioneered the first independent group style coverage with 1099 access. And you'll learn more about as you progress with us. But if health insurance is a worry to you, we've got you covered there too. Now, last but not least, and this should have almost been my first point, there's no fees here. There's no cost to join. There's no monthly fees. There's no cost to use our tools. So many companies out there charge you a fee to join, a fee for their CRM, a fee for a fee. Our goal is not to turn agents into profit centers for us. It is only to create profitable agents. The only thing you're going to pay for is your leads and your Wi-Fi. One final point I want to touch on, because many people are big dreamers. They have big visions, and they have something that exists far beyond their desire to just sell insurance. It's to make an impact. And you do that at Family First Life by building an agency. Now here you can choose your own path. There's no pressure to recruit other agents and introduce people to this business, but there are zero limits if you choose to do so. If you do choose to do so, you can help them duplicate the success that you're having. You can plug them into the same FFL system that made you successful. And while you do that, you earn overrides, which generates you passive income on the volume your team sells. And the best thing about the whole thing is there's no territories. You're not limited in the metropolitan you live in or the states you live in. You can build a massive nationwide organization all from your laptop. Now to recap, the FFL standard is simple. We got the highest industry commission rates. You get paid direct from the carriers to the agents, vested 100% from day one, producer and agency manager bonuses, diverse lead options, free sales tools, free training, you're totally independent, and we have no fees. Now there's 4 steps to make money. First, you got to get your insurance license. And another benefit of working for FFL, we cover that cost for the coursework. After you're licensed, you're going to buy leads. The amount of leads you buy is going to be a direct correlation to the amount of families that you can protect. So number 2, you buy leads. You're going to have good conversations with those leads and turn them into clients, and then you get paid directly by the carrier. Okay, we went over a ton, but now you get to make a decision. Are you an A, B, or a C? C is, see you later, Grady. This isn't for me right now, but stay in contact with me. It might be something for me down the road. A B is I'm in, but I have some questions. No problem. Our top agents and agency managers will answer any questions you have to see if this is a good fit for you. Or maybe you're like me and you're an A person. You've been looking for this your entire life and you are all in. Send me the paperwork and let's get started. Now get back to the person that invited you to check out this video and let them know if you're an A, a B, or a C. Start your business with us today. Family First Life makes the families we protect and the families of our agents our #1 priority.